Good morning, Pisces. I hope that you're all doing well and that everything is great for you wherever you are in this world. If you haven't joined the Pisces clan yet, please go ahead, hit subscribe, stay with us. Please note these are general messages. As such, they're not going to resonate with everyone, so just take what does and leave the rest. Today I'm going to freestyle it and just see what comes about. What do we got, spirits? Woo! Okay, some of you are waiting on communication. Something has slowed down for you and you're feeling as though you're wanting it to pick up, but you don't know when it will pick up, sorry. Something about a secret. Ooh, maybe you feel as though you haven't. Ooh, okay. Some of you, you're just not able to get in touch with your intuition right now, or a secret has halted something. This could be something to do with a mistress or somebody else, but it halted things. And yeah, look at this. There is no talking right now. Some secret came out that was not okay with you. And whatever you were trying to progress towards, it has completely slowed down, if not even stopped the situation. It's about a relationship or a partnership of some sort. Could be a friend, could be family member, that you're taking a break and you feel as though you were lied to, and you feel that the only way that you can deal with this betrayal at the moment is to not speak. But yet there's still love between you and this individual, and it could have been a father figure or somebody. It could have been your boss. If it isn't a love situation, it could be a boss situation, and maybe you don't feel as though your boss is being very honest with you, and now you're contemplating what to do about the situation because it's not making you happy. There's something to do with the rules as well. Maybe you're feeling confined by the control of the quote-unquote system. You're not liking the rules that are implemented, and so you want to venture out onto your own. This is about good news, good messages coming forward, and excitement. But again, you're nervous and hesitant about change. I don't think that you want to change, but you're going to be taking control of your situation. And the reason why is because, you know that something here needs to end, or you've learned some kind of lesson regarding the situation. You may get news from afar, from somebody living far away from you. You could be looking on the internet, meeting people on the internet, say if this is a love relationship that isn't working out anymore. Maybe you're passing notes back and forth online. Some of you are getting hot and heavy online, but yet you're not happy with the offers. Not in terms of actually getting into a relationship at the moment. Some of you are bored with life, especially because of how slow that it's going. You're wanting things to pick up, but yet you've lost that spark. And perhaps it's because you've got no fight left in you. You're tired. You've come through a lot. And I feel like some of you are giving up. You're not happy with dealing with people and the same old BS all of the time, and it's like you're being forced to accept that this is the way that the world is, but yet it's like, how can you accept something that is so not aligned with your inner truth, right? How can you accept the injustices in the world or the way that things operate if it's not your truth? And yet you feel small. You feel like you're just one person. How can you make such a change, right? How do you go about acting and being in the way that you want to be authentically when everybody seems to, not everybody, but a majority of people seem to operate in a certain way? It's very frustrating, I feel, for you. And you want your emotional fulfillment. You want your happiness, your 10 of Cups. And maybe too, some of you haven't had your boundaries up in the past, and because of it, you've got yourself entangled into connections where it was purely sexual. And I think some of you want more. You want that emotional piece, but they're not offering it to you. But you still let down your guard because in some way, shape, or form, it makes you feel as though you're being cared about, like as if you're in a relationship, right? Even if it's not. But then, yeah, see, as we talk about a relationship, you're wanting a relationship or a connection, long-term commitment, right? But it causes fights and arguments because there's, you know, this sexual component all of the time, as opposed to maybe it's lacking structure. It's lacking the pieces of a relationship that are important, that need to be worked on all of the time, which is communication, taking action together. But someone may swoop in very quickly and try to sweep you off your feet, but this one could be a little bit blunt, and again, it's underneath the messages that you might be receiving. Let's keep going here. Yeah, and whatever it is that you're going to be hearing about, you're going to avoid a tower moment, just barely. Now, that being said, it is inevitable that the tower will come. That's just the way it is, but you'll avoid some drama, I feel like, in the near future here, especially when it comes to belief systems or whatever it is that you're trying to implement. I'm just getting this strong feeling of, yeah, because 3 of Wands wants to come up upside down. You can't see a way forward. There's that restricted feeling of the world and people who dominate it, and the belief systems that dominate it, and that just, it gives you this feeling of, you know, it's like you're tired, so you're just, I don't know, I don't feel like you're looking out ahead anymore. It's like some of you are that apathetic energy. Maybe that's why things have just slowed down for you, and you're just not finding the motivation. But you will, because there's that strength. There's that courage card. Some of you could be dealing with a Leo. You could be dealing with an Aries sign. But at the end of the day, all signs are here. Because we got Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You got Pisces. You got Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. But you will find the strength and the motivation. And I think that that's going to really pick up as soon as Mercury retrograde is over, and then we can come out of this hermit mode. You've done some introspection, or some of you may not have done enough introspection, and you keep throwing yourself back into situations that are no longer good for you. But also, some of you who have taken time for introspection, you're ready to come out because you are feeling stronger. And even if you're not exactly seeing where it is that you're meant to go, always remember that wherever you are is where you're supposed to be. Just simply being you is important enough, and it makes enough changes. There's a truth here as well, and the sun is going to come out. Vitality. This is the happiest card in the deck. Okay, so there's some kind of truth, and maybe it was a self-truth that you realized whilst you took this time away. Maybe it was a truth about a commitment. Maybe it was a truth about a controlling individual. Maybe it was a truth about some healing that you had to do when it came to a father relationship, okay? And maybe you felt as though you were so committed to being what your parent wanted you to be that that's where you gave up on yourself and your own dreams. And now you're starting to realize that, you know, anybody's disapproval of you is actually disapproval of themselves, and it's just how they were raised, so it carries on from generation to generation. So they will criticize and do whatever else because that's how they actually talk to themselves. What is this Sun card? Yeah, see the truth about this being stuck, right? And here's what I was just saying about how the way that they talk to themselves in their mind is how it forms the external critic, right? So they don't even realize how they're treating you, but it's been how they were treated. So they continue that cycle, and some of you see this cycle and you want to break that cycle, right? And you're being very strong and courageous about taking those first steps to do so. That's only for some of you. Let's keep going. Ooh, and look at this. Maybe there's going to be an apology of some sort. Maybe there's going to be a message of love. Some of you could be dealing with kids. Maybe, some of you, just for a few, some of your kids may have gotten themselves into a little bit of a tizzy and they just barely avoided the law here, or avoided the justice system. Some of them could be incarcerated, but they are going to be released with this sun energy and with the hermit in reverse. And then you're going to be able to spend some time together, but it's going to take a little bit of time to readjust, because it's going to be like it's brand new again, right? And getting to know each other again, because obviously the individual has changed, right? They've changed from their experiences. That's just for some. And it doesn't even have to be a child, it could be even just a friend. Also, we have this new opportunity for money, even though, or financial opportunities, even though maybe you can't see anything at the moment, especially with that Four of Cups energy. There are opportunities coming towards you, even if you don't feel like it at the time. And there it is. There's the opportunity. Somebody's going to want to work with you on something. They're going to want to create something, and it's going to be prosperous. Someone may even come along that may guide and help you. I say that because there's that hermit energy. They might be able to provide the wisdom for a project of some sort that you might be working on. And as I say wisdom, there's the divine. So divine energy is coming in. So fate is about to change for some of you. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune is in the upright, which means good news. It means fate and even soulmates for that matter. Okay, some of you might be meeting a soulmate through work or through something you're working on. That could very well be possible. But definitely there's big changes coming, but they're going to be good changes. And about leadership too. Could be dealing with a Leo. This could be that person that I was saying, or Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy. But this was that energy that I was telling you about back here, where someone could offer you some good advice or some wisdom to create and get your long-term views or goals off the ground, especially with that Three of Wands in reverse. Now, for some of you too, I just got this, I just live for the moment, and that's great. Actually, having goals can lead to disappointments, believe it or not, because if you don't meet them, then you feel like you're worthless, or that you failed in some way, shape, or form. Some people, if it works for them, and it does work for them, some people just live day by day, right? And they only just dedicate parts of the time and attention that they have to a certain matter instead of going all in, right? And that's wise. That's wise, because then they slowly creep up to the goal instead of making it their main focus, right? But then again, focus is important. As long as you're focused on moving forward, you'll be all right. And things will start to manifest the way that you want it. It's also about leadership. See? Manifest, change. Things will definitely change. Could be dealing with a Scorpio, some of you. Again, everybody's on the board. I wouldn't even worry about the signs, but definitely a transformation into leadership here. Some of you might be leaving a management job, and I think it's because it might be taking its toll, and maybe you just want to branch out on your own now. Again, that's just for some. Then we have Temperance. Yeah, because it takes a lot. It takes a lot out of you, and you want a more peaceful existence. And even if you're not leaving of your own accord, some of you might be in retirement. Okay, and now you're going to have a lot of time to just enjoy yourself and to work on the things that you wanted to do. Maybe you didn't want to retire here, but it's that time, and you're actually going to find the happiness. So if you were a little afraid about it, don't worry, because good things are happening, and you will find little projects that'll keep you happy. You've got Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy here with the King of Cups. So like I said, with this peaceful energy, that is as well. You might be a counselor, some of you. And what is the King of Cups? Some of you might be worrying and stressing about, I'm getting this stress about what am I going to do? What's next for me? What's next for me? But the thing is, there we go, the Lovers, Gemini energy, what's next for you is whatever you want, to be honest. It's again, okay. I'm getting some of you need to restructure your belief systems, reprogram your subconscious mind, and you can do that by listening to videos at night while you sleep with affirmations as such. You can find them on YouTube. They will help you to get control of any negative thinking, because some of you, your peace has been disrupted by the negative influences around you, and it's causing a split and a divide. This to me signifies this black and white thinking that can get us stuck in a loop, and it also separates ourselves. It splits us in half. So it might be good for some of you to be listening to some affirmations so that you can move forward, because some of you might be too protective of a standpoint, and maybe, how do I explain this? It's like when you're so fixated on one belief system, right, and you fight for it tooth and nail. I think the reason why, and from my experience, I've learned that when I'm fighting for something, it's because if I have to push that hard, then I'm not right. And the reason why is because if I already knew that I was right, then I wouldn't have to keep justifying it. That comes with that self-esteem energy here with this Leo energy. So I guess what I'm saying is that when it comes to dealing with life situation, the wisdom that we need is to understand that each situation is going to be different. What may be right in one situation could be wrong in another. I'm trying to think of an example for you, but I'm not getting one that's coming to mind. Yes, okay. So here's one. You may think that being nice all of the time works. Well, like it or not, and I know people say being nice is the way forward. Yeah, it is, but you also have to realize too that some people are not psychologically well. So the more nicer you are, they're just going to take advantage of you. They're going to continue to take advantage of you. So that's why you have to discern each situation that you're in. And you got to do that through wisdom. So you need to realize that some people are takers. Take that time to get to know who they are, put those boundaries in place, and really get to know their actions. They'll speak through their actions. Then you can take that step back and realize, can I be nice to this person, right? See how they operate. And then if you realize, you know what, my niceness will just be taken advantage of, well, then that's fine. You're still being nice, but you're being nice by keeping a distance. Do you see what I'm saying? So not everything is the right solution in every situation. Loving, nurturing energy, beautiful, the Empress. And that is how you protect your sanity, you protect your happiness, you protect what it is that you're trying to cultivate in this world. Okay? So you can definitely be wonderful and loving and nurturing and kind and caring at the core, but again, beware the situations in which you allow this. This is why we have a shadow self. So if you see that somebody's going to just take advantage or try to push you around for that matter because you're nice, then it's in these moments that you have to be a leader, and you can't show that niceness, right? You can't give this gentle, loving energy to them because it doesn't help them. That to them, they see it and perceive it as weak. So you don't want to become prey. Okay? So that's what I'm getting for some of you as well. I don't know if that helps. Yeah, because I see that some of you feel heartbroken too, and maybe that's what this whole reading is about. You're questioning your belief system when you're up against people who can be lacking in emotion and lacking in reciprocated kindness, and that black and white thinking is literally splitting you apart, and you're beating up on yourself thinking that there's something wrong with you because you're trying to do what you've always known with that Hierophant energy, wherever that was. I think it was back here somewhere, the Hierophant energy. But yeah, you're trying to do what you've always done, but now you're finding that it doesn't work in every situation. So it's about discernment, okay? So I think we're going to leave it here, because I think that that was the message that's coming out strong for some of you. You're learning to not persevere so much for something that's going to be a dead end, for something that others, for example, don't value. So it's about when to push forward and when to retreat, when to sit back, okay? And maybe that's where some confusion came from your intuition, because your intuition is saying, you know, I have to be like this in every situation, because that, oh, there's that Hierophant. I have to be like this in every situation because that's what makes me kind and loving and caring. But what you don't realize is that some people don't appreciate that. And in those instances, that's when you've got to take that step back to avoid the heartbreak, right? And that's also how you become whole, and you don't get mad at yourself and think that you're not being nice. No, you're drawing on your shadow self, which is drawing boundaries or being firm, for that matter. Okay, so yeah, very, very interesting reading here. I don't know if it resonated for anybody, but if it did, awesome. Leave me a comment. Also, thank you again for the likes, the shares, and the subscribes, as it helps to support the channel. And yeah, I couldn't do this without you guys. Please remember, this is your channel too. Have a great rest of your day, you guys. Love you. Bye.